So another practice problem. Here there are two hands of a clock. One of them is 3 centimeter long and the other one is 4 centimeter long, and the tip of the long hand is traveling clockwise on a circular pad of radius 4 and making revolution every 1 hour. And the tip of the short hand is traveling on a circular pad of radius 3, making a revolution every 12 hours. Let T to be the hours past midnight. So the first question is asking what's the angular velocity of the tip of the long hat. If I want to just find the W, long hat travels a full revolution in 1 hour. So basically it's going to be full revolution is 2 pi divided by 1, which is 2 pi. That's W. I put in an L for long hat. And then W of the short, again, it's 2 pi. And then how many hours does it take to do a full revolution? 12. So we end up with pi sixth. Now, it says express the polar angle T sub L, theta sub L of the tip of the long hand as a function of time, T. So if this is true, the polar angle, let's see, WL, and we're starting at midnight, so midnight is, and the long hand is right there. And that is actually the original, the initial angle is pi half. And it's just going in this direction. And so basically it's going the opposite of counterclockwise. And at the ratio pi 6 times t. So it's a linear function basically. Initial value pi half, and then at the rate of negative pi sixth with respect to time. So next is asking express the polar angle theta sub L of the tip of the long hand as a function of time, t hours after midnight. So what I know is that the long hand at midnight is at 12. Up there, that's the angle pi half. That's the initial angle. And then it goes clockwise, which is negative of the counterclockwise direction that we consider at, and so negative the rate times t. And so it's a linear function with this initial value and this rate. Now, the same question is asked about theta sub s. Again, at midnight, the shorthand is as pi half, and then it changes at negative pi 6 rate. Now, it's asking us to find the tip of the long hand 1.5 hours after midnight at 1:30. So what I need to do, this is a function of time, I need to find theta L at 1:30. That's, I'm gonna say, sorry about that, because 1.5 hours past the midnight. And I plug in, and that makes it a 3, so it's pi half minus 3 pi, that's negative. This is going to be common denominator, makes it pi minus 6 pi over 2, which is negative pi half. And same question is asked about s. So pi half I plug in minus pi sixth pi half minus pi sixth times 1.5. You can divide this, and 1.5, there are 4 times 1.5 going into 6. So it's pi half minus pi fourth, a common denominator. And the answer is pi fourth. Now, you want to find the angle the two of them are making, because the next question is asking the distance between the two of them, basically. So the polar angle between the two of them at 1:30 a.m. is basically that is going to be, and you can see the longhand traveled. What is this terminal angle? The coterminal. I can take a minus 4 pi half out, because that's minus 2 pi. I get minus pi half. And here it's just pi half. So the difference is, or I can write it as a positive one, 3 pi half. And either way would work. But if I want to find a difference, here there is a pi fourth, and I have a pi half here. So the angle between is equal to pi fourth plus pi half, which is 3 pi fourth. I could have done this in multiple ways. I could have said pi fourth minus pi half, which is again plus. If you have the picture, why not use the picture a little bit as well? Now, the last part is asking, use the law of cosine to find the distance. So what law of cosine is saying here is that you have a length 3 over here, and the length 4 over here, and 3 pi fourths over here. And it's asking to find this other side. So if this is O, this is S, this is L, I can write that SL, the length of SL to power 2 is equal to OL to power 2 plus OS to power 2 minus 2 times OL times OS, cosine of 3 pi fourth. Cosine of 3 pi fourth is negative square root of 2 over 2. This is OL, OS. So SL to power 2 is going to be, OL is 4, OS is 3, minus 3 times 4, 12. And we have negative square root of 2 over 2. And so that would be 3 times 4, which is 12, times 2 times that is just square root of 2. And adding this together, oh, there's a negative sign here, plus 12 square root of 2. And it approximately comes out as 41. And then you take the square root of that to find that distance. Oops, I think here the question is asking find the polar coordinate, and I gave you only a polar angle. And so polar coordinate for the first one is going to be the longhand is 4, and then the angle is minus 5 pi over half, or I can write 4 and negative pi half. It would work both ways. And in here, the radius was 3 and the angle was pi fourth. So this is what you get for the answer actually.